right, peace everybody. This is Kosi. I am your host with Joat Sndtrk, and for this go around, I'm joined by the charismatic Dynamo Mass.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up?
So, something I've been trying to do is to find adjectives to me that not define, but, describe what I'm seeing from a person's dancing. And these are the two words that came to my mind, especially Dynamo. Context, I've just seen Mass at a few events recently, specifically at Red Bull BC1. Our champion, shout out, let's go.
Thank you.
And that's exactly what came to mind. I was like, oh, you came into the room with an intention. It felt like, you're like, I'm winning this thing.
Yeah.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like to train for specific jam, and like sometimes I put like a X on my calendar, and I count like, okay, I have like 10 days more. Okay, I have 9 days. So like when I arrive to the jam, I feel like I'm ready. I feel
You're
like
locked in.
Yeah, I'm here to win.
I love that. And similarly, you did that at Joat Festival, also our winner from last year. Come on now. I didn't have the honor of being there. I missed it. But it was our first edition of breaking. So what I want to ask you is, what's your first memory of Joat Festival as an attendee or...
My first memory of Joat Festival, I went, I think it was 5 years or 6 years earlier. It was the year that I think Ross make it
to the finals?
Ross won, or
Yes.
she make it to the final?
I think it was 2016. She won, yeah.
I think that was my first Joat, and just like seeing the concept, like I was kind of new to the street dance like community and everything. So like when I arrived there, and I was just expecting like a popping battle, and then it was like a bit like a cabaret, like a bit like almost like a jazzy place.
Yeah.
And like the battle were fire, and then the concept and everything, like I got so inspired, and it was popping. It was not even like my thing, It was not even breaking, but like just the concept and like people like having fun with those, like that really that really inspired me.
Yeah.
And then I went back. The edition at Bain Mathieu.
Okay, yes, that's come up a bunch of times. Yes.
Yeah, that was
In
dope. In the pool,
swimming pool. Yeah.
That's always good event there.
Yeah, for sure. I have a similar memory. I remember just this feeling of like, it feels like a coliseum, like, especially I've never gotten to stand on the stage, but I can imagine standing up there, you're looking out like, oh wow.
Yeah, there's like a pool of people, like you can swim in the crowd, and like
exactly.
There's like people up there too, so like there's layers of people watching. Yeah,
right.
Good energy.
No, for sure. So I want to ask then, like, you went to Joat, you saw it on popping. How did it feel for then it to be applied to breaking and your discipline? Like you said, the thing that you do, all of a sudden there's rules now that you have to follow.
Yeah, that felt amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it because like, especially like my crew, we love to like freestyle and like we try to break with concept. We try to like we practice like one feet not leaving the floor, so we're already like into those things, already like into those like for me that's where I found the fun. It's like when I surprise myself. So like when you add a concept like that, you force people to freestyle and you force people to like surprise themselves too, which is like the thing I like the most.
I love that.
So, yeah.
And it was clear. It was clear in the way you were dancing that like this is nothing new to you, because we've talked about it, in other interviews, that sometimes when you give someone a concept, it becomes more the concept and less them. You know what I mean? So their dancing kind of, it goes in the back, and the concept, they're like trying to, if I master the concept, do the concept 100%, I'm good. Rather than letting the concept push your dancing in, like you said, surprise yourself.
Yeah.
So it was very clear to me watching you dance that this is something that you're familiar with, and like you shone through rather than the opposite. Yeah. So I want to talk about like composure, because it's easy to get lost in the sauce. We talked about the big Coliseum. Everybody's looking at you like this, and you're like, but how does it feel? What is the preparation like for you? You talked about marking the X off on the calendar. What does that look like for you? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it musical?
Oh, for me, it's everything. It's both. Like I visualize a lot. Like I visualize myself dancing on like the stage I'm gonna be dancing. I visualize myself like doing the move or like, because I freestyle, but like I try to. Let's say I'm gonna do a round. I'll think of like 2 or 3 things that I wanna try to put that there, But I don't know how they're gonna come out, and I don't know in which order. And if they don't, and it's some other stuff, it's all good.
It's fine, yeah.
But yeah, I try to do that in my head a lot. So I put music, I dance in my head, and I try to put my move in there. And I think just visualizing myself like. Battling like when I get to the time that okay, now it's like it's for real. I've done it like 1,000 times in my head, so it's not as stressful anymore. I'm ready.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that brings up sort of something I've heard before, and that there are different ways to train. I think sometimes we get stuck on just train the physical body, but there's the mental, the visual, the sonic, like we talked about listening to music, all of these things, even just visualizing yourself on that stage, it takes away from the pressure of the moment. And you can stand up there and actually be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rather than letting the pressure get to you, So I think it's always lovely for our viewers to hear from someone who is so accomplished what is going through in their moment, because you are, what is going through their head in the moment. I want to talk about physicality, because you are very much like a powerful b-boy. In your case, I wrote here power and finesse. I want to know if this is something that allows you to engage with music, or do you feel like you train the power and the finesse first and then the music comes after?
I think I was always like athletic as a kid growing up. And like realized like I fell in love with music and with like actual dancing later on. But like my vision of dancing is really like I wanna be in shape. I wanna be so like light, and like I wanna have every option available. So like if I'm in the freeze and I wanna go in a direction, I want my body to be ready for it. So like the more my body is ready, the more like I can go crazy with my mind. But so yeah, I think it's mainly like it's coming from the head, but like you can't go further than where the body is taking you.
Absolutely.
So you need to train the body too.
I think that is powerful. I'm going to say it again. He said, prepare the body so that it will do what the mind wants it to do.
Yes.
And it's capable. That is huge. I think a lot of us kind of think that the dance will carry us through. The mental will carry us through. What I see in my mind's eye will carry me through. But it's like if the body isn't ready, it'll always hit that ceiling.
Exactly. But I think it can go both ways.
Okay.
I think someone can be like super ready physically, but if the mind is not ready, or if the dance level is not ready.
Exactly.
But if you only dance, I mean, for sure the body is gonna follow up. But I think there's a way that like instead of like following up, you can like
they balance.
Exactly. Find a balance.
Yeah, for sure.
Where you progress like as quickly as possible,
Okay. So I want to ask you about music then, because you said your love came after. So what did it sound like at the beginning of your music journey with breaking?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like what were the sounds, the artists, the beats, whatever it might be?
When I was younger, like I got like my first like iPad, and I was like super excited.
Yeah.
And like I was really listening to like shitty music, and my friend, my brother took my iPad.
Yeah.
My older brother, he took my iPod, and he put like all his like hip hop music in it, all like the classic, the Tupac, the Biggies, all that. And he say like, you're not gonna listen to shitty music.
I won't let
like
you. Yeah.
Exactly, I won't allow it.
Yeah.
Like. you need to listen to like the old stuff and like the classic and everything. So like it kind of forced me through it, and like I'm so I'm so grateful.
Grateful, yeah.
But yeah, I'll say Tupac and
Yeah.
like
Okay.
yeah.
See, that's different, right? I think the closer we are to this, because you're young, you know, I don't want to ask how old you are. I'm not gonna put him on blast.
I'm 28.
Okay, so you're the same age as me. So if I were to ask this question to someone a little bit older than us, that answer would be completely different, right? You know, their classics would be even further back. So it's interesting for me to engage with you and hear like my classic is Tupac or my classic is Biggie, but let's say for someone who's born a little closer to right now, they would say my classic is like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
It blows my mind, you know, but that's wonderful. Um, dang, Tupac. You know what album? Can you remember?
Oh no, I'm terrible
No,
with name.
okay.
Like, I still got the iPod though. Like,
No way.
yeah,
Keep that. Yo, that's an artifact right there. Okay. So on the topic of music, we're gonna come to why we're here. The coming together of music and dance. We have someone like Benny Lava. Incredible DJ, incredible now music maker turned beat maker. Producing something specifically for you. How incredible is that to like receive music that's like, oh, I thought about you
yeah.
when I made this.
Yo, that's sick. Like I love Benny.
Yeah.
Like as a human, as
Yeah.
a b-boy, as a beat maker.
Yeah.
And I love his work. Like I've already like made beat with him in the past because like I had him like working on a project, so he already kind of knew like what kind of like sound I like, and like he's right in it. Like
Yeah.
he know me pretty well, so
Yeah.
like it's amazing. It's really cool. Like it's really cool to like having like I practice. He watch it.
Yeah.
He make a music,
Yeah.
and I feel like there's a connection. Like
Of course.
it makes sense. You know, that's cool.
We talked about how to do that, for him to be able to do that, you have to be really clear as a dancer. Your intention has to read as a dancer, or like yourself and your spirit has to come through your movement, right? So, yeah, we were just talking about how yourself and Jason, JC Fresh, you are so sure, it seems, in what you push out. There's no hesitation, it seems, right? So he said that, of course, I didn't know that, you know, y'all had a connection already, but he said just from watching the clips, it was very clear to him, this is the sound.
Nice.
This matches mass. Or he had to go back and redo it because he's like, no, not yet.
Yeah.
It needs this or it needs that. So we were just talking about, you know, I'm giving you both your flowers and that you're very clear in the way that your spirit comes through your dancing.
Oh, respect.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course.
I try to not think too much. I try to just like let the body go and like listen to my own flow, you know.
For sure. It's clear. It's clear. So I do want to ask, I have a bunch of questions here and we're just rifling through them. I want to ask something that's maybe a little controversial. I don't know. What do you think about the lack of lyrics
In breakbeats?
in breakbeats? Or just in music that is played at breaking events at the moment?
The lack of lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't know. Me, I'm not a big
Lyric
like.
fan.
I don't mind. Like if there is like there's a nice flow to it. Like that's fine with me. But like if someone speak by like a guitar or like a saxophone or anything like an instrument, for me that's cool too.
Absolutely.
You know, like I don't like. I rarely listen to breakbeat and be like, oh, there should be like
Lyrics here.
lyrics there exactly. But like if there would be and like if there are as dope as the beat,
Yeah.
it's just gonna make it
You're
better.
right.
But like. Yeah, the lyric needs to be as dope. That's the
That's
thing
what I'm
too,
saying.
sometimes.
So I hear that. I think, you know, I'm coming at it from a hip hop perspective, hip hop freestyle perspective, in that we're getting less and less of sort of the original form of the songs. And we're getting these like chopped and screwed, reworked, animated, and it takes you away from the intention that the artist is putting in, right? Like there's nothing like that in between where an artist, they didn't make the beat, the producer made the beat, they receive it and they're going, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Like that to me is like the magic, right? So I guess that's the perspective I'm coming from. And I'm wondering if the same happens in breaking. Like if when you hear those classic songs, let's say a James Brown break, are you wanting it to be that version?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree with that. Like
Yeah.
it depends. Like if it's a classic or like if it's something brand new, you know, like if you just put like because there's a lot of people who just like take like a commercial song or like a classic and they just speed it up and they put like a break tempo and like some drums and they're like, here you go, I got a brand new like break beat.
And it just doesn't match.
No, for me it killed me.
Yeah.
Like if you and especially if you want to play with a classic, like you have to like at least match it. Like if it's worse, then don't produce it.
Don't
like,
touch it at all.
Exactly. Don't touch exactly. Just put the original time, you know. But But there's a lot of trash beats in breaking. Like I know really few people who like listen to breakbeat for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
oh no, it's a task. It's like even I'm finding that as someone who just comes to breaking events, it takes me out of it. You know what I mean? I can't engage with the dancer unless they're clear, right? As a spectator, I'm kind of like, but it's just repeating the same thing, you know?
But at the same time, I guess like I understand that it need to be simple because like we're doing like some acrobatic stuff and like if I'm spinning on my head and landing in the freeze, like if the beat need to be like simple.
Exactly.
You know, like
you know what I had a conversation again, and we're talking about like the structure of break beats now. It is very classic. It's very much like the early. The break of a song is the part where everything falls away, and you let the drummer speak, right? Or the percussion, or the whatever it might be. So it is simple. It's just that for me, there is complexity in when that drummer is going off, and I would like the break beat to match that complexity, but still keep it simple in that it's clear what is happening.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
It's nice. It's nice when there's like multiple layers.
Yes.
You know, like
because you get to play.
Yeah, like it's nice if you put like a beat and I dance to it and I hit like the sound I want to hit, and then you put it again and I dance to some other beats, other layers, and like I go back and forth and I play, but like some a lot of beat like lack that. They're just like boom,
like,
boom, bap, boom, boom, bap, dang.
Absolutely, exactly. You know, you talked about options, and I think that's something I'm really passionate about too. And I'm finding that when you lack options physically, it's the music that pulls it out of you. You know, in those moments, those high pressure, high stakes moments, sometimes you need the inspiration has to come from the music or what is playing at the moment. And so that's why I'm really passionate about there being layers. There's got to be something for me to grab onto and just go, okay, cool, or be able to dance in between.
You see, that's interesting because like I'm trying to like I do that. I can do that if the music is nice, like it can like carry me, and like but sometimes I try to not like
depend on it.
Exactly. I want to use it, but I don't want to rely only on that because like there's too many jam with shitty beats. So
right, but you see how like
because there's too many people saying like, oh, I had a whack beat, so that's why I lost. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't practice too. You know, that's another thing.
You're right. Sometimes people use it as a crutch, even if the beat wasn't whack.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, it was whack to me. All right, whatever. Right? So I think that's really, it shows your character because you're like, you know, regardless of what happens. But you can see how like that moment isn't up to us. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like if I bring my own beat to the jam, that's another story. Like I have one less excuse, you know. But like, yeah, you're relying on like someone saying like, oh, that's the right beat at the right time, and like, okay, let's make it happen. And so like, the DJ have like the biggest job. like screw the judges, screw the dancer. It's the DJ.
Absolutely.
Like, he set the tone. He said like what's gonna happen next.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, even in my conversations with Shashu, with Benny Lava, we just talked about how dancers need to trust the DJ a lot more. You know, we're already so ready to be defensive. Like, oh, I don't like it, you know? Whereas, for me at least, you know, taking off my host hat as a dancer or even as a judge, I'm going, you came here to dance. If you come here to win, that's a different story. That's why, you know, we fixate on trying to shift the thing so it matches us. Okay, I got to face this way so that the judges can see everything. Or, oh, I don't like the song, turn it up. Or, you know what I mean? Always trying to tweak things in our favor. But I'm like, if you come there simply and you're ready, you're prepared, and you come to simply dance, none of it matters. I really do think when it's your day, it's your day. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Couple questions to finish off.
Sure.
It's been lovely and so calm, so chill. What can we... Oh, no. This is first question before we get there. The rules. The rules.
What rule? Joat?
Yeah. Which one did you like the most?
Oof. I really like the do the flail.
Yes.
Yeah, do the flail was a funny one. I actually fucked up in that round though, but like I feel like do the flail could be a thing that like I could like go to the lab and like invent
really
like
work on. Yeah,
invent like a bunch of new stuff and like try to play with it after, you know. Like yeah. I would like why not do it like with an arm, with like the whole back,
exactly.
With, you know, like it's a funny concept.
Yeah,
it's like outside of the box. It's not too simple.
It's the restrictions that again.
Yeah, I love creating by restriction. So like if you take like option from me, it's just gonna force me to be like more creative. Because sometimes you have like so many like option. Oh, I can go right, I can go left, I can go up, I can go down. That like you kind of lost yourself in like that sea of options.
Yeah,
so
you're paralyzed. Yeah.
So if I say like, okay, you need to go like that way, and you need to do it with like the elbow, and like you need to like keep looking that way. Now like it's so restricted that like the options that are left are like more clear.
Exactly, and we're always striving for that clarity. Yeah, do the flail. I think that also that one is that's Montreal, feed in Montreal right there, you know what I mean? For the curators to decide on that. Because it was very much a cultural moment. That, the instant that inspired that rule. Cool. Yeah. I like to know, you know, being that I helped curate the hip-hop one. I should have asked Jungle that, but maybe I'll ask Frankie D. Last question. Anything you would like to share with us, the viewers, any projects, like... What can we?
Yeah, I'm going to the World Final for Red Bull.
Let's go.
That's I think that's my big X on my calendar right now.
Let's go.
I think that's the one I'm going to train and look forward to the most this year. Yeah.
And as far as Team Canada,
we're doing like a bunch of competition here and there. Okay. But yeah, I'm really like into that big 1v1 right now. Yeah.
Let's go. Well, from us here at Joat Sndtrk, I'm sure the viewers, we wish you the best of luck, and we hope we'll see you at this year's festival. I've been your host. I'm Kosi. Peace.